fifth grade, we're going to work today on dividing fractions by whole numbers. And right here I have 5/6 modeled. Let's say you have 5/6 of your AR book left to read, and you decide you're going to break it up into 10 days, and you want to know what fraction of the book you will have to read each day if you will take 10 days to finish it. So you have 5/6 divided by 10. So we want to take your 5/6 and divide it into 10 sections, 10 days. So I'm going to divide this into 10 different parts. Okay, so put these up here and that will make 10 even parts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 even parts, and each part is 1/12 of the whole. So 5/6 divided by 10 equals 1/12. So you'll have to read 1/12 of the book each day. All right, let's look in your workbook on page 158 on dividing fractions by whole numbers. We do this just like dividing unit fractions by whole numbers, and just like dividing whole numbers by fractions. You have to multiply by the reciprocal of your divisor. So on page 158, number 1 says 4/7 divided by 3. Remember, the divisor is the number that comes after the division sign, divided by 3. That's your divisor. So we'll multiply times the reciprocal of your divisor. The reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. So I'll multiply 4/7 times 1/3 to solve 4/7 divided by 3. 4 times 1 is 4. 7 times 3 is 21. So 4/21. Okay, let's look at number 7. Number 7 is the one I just modeled. 5/6 divided by 10. Okay, so we have to do 5/6 times the reciprocal of the divisor times 1/10. And I can simplify. 5 goes into 5 once, and it goes into 10 twice. And I multiply, and I get 1/12. All right, let's do one more. Let's do number 11. Number 11. 14/3 divided by 14. So I'll multiply by the reciprocal of my divisor. And I can simplify here. 14 goes into 14 once. 14 goes into 14 once. And I get 1/3. So 14/3 divided by 14 is 1/3. All right, now let's look at number 13. And there's a model there. And it asks you, what division sentence does this represent? So let me draw this picture. So first I have just one long rectangle. It's my rectangle. And I can see that it is divided into 5 parts. So there are my 5 parts. Okay, and let's cut this off a little bit on the end to make them a little, I think I'll draw that again, make it a little more even. Okay, so we have 5 sections, and 2 sections are shaded in. I'm going to shade in 2 sections very lightly. Okay, so that is 2/5 that's shaded in, 2/5. And then it's divided. Let's look at the 2/5 and see how many sections it's divided into. If we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's divided into 6 sections. 2/5 divided by 6. And we want to know what fraction each one of these sections is of the whole. So I would have to do all my other sections of this bar into the same number of pieces, and I can see that I have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So 2/5 divided by 6 equals 1/15, because each section is 1/15 of the whole. And I can check that by multiplying by the reciprocal of my divisor. 2/5 times 1/6. And I can simplify. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And I get 1/15. So number 13 is a model for 2/5 divided by 6 equals 1/15. So go ahead and finish that page. And yes, you need to do right about it to decide if 9/10 divided by 3 has the same quotient as 9/3 divided by 10. Remember, multiply by the reciprocal of your divisor, and you will find something interesting on those two different division problems.